Why didn't the Mongols conquer Europe? They burned cities in a single day, crushed empires like fragile bones. They were feared in China, Persia, and Rus. No one could stop an army that moved like a hurricane. The Mongols had subdued dozens of nations and ruled territory stretching from the Pacific Ocean to the Caspian Sea. And yet, when they reached Europe, the impossible happened. In 1241, the army of the Great Horde stood at the very gates of Vienna. Austria trembled. Europe was fragmented. Kings were in panic. A resistance army formed too late. Peasants hid in forests. Cities prayed for a miracle. Envoys brought gifts, hoping for mercy that never came. The Pope, in despair, wrote letters begging for divine protection. Europe seemed doomed. No one believed the continent would survive. The Mongols had already proven they could destroy civilizations. They conquered northern China, obliterated Baghdad, the capital of the Abbasid Caliphate, and wiped half of Persia off the map. Their military machine was flawless. Discipline, mobility, intelligence, psychological warfare. They used misinformation, terrifying tactics, and staged false retreats. The Mongols were masters of fear. They seemed unstoppable. But just when Europe's fall seemed only weeks away, everything changed. In April 1241, the great Khan Ögedei, son of Genghis Khan and ruler of the entire Mongol Empire, died suddenly. According to Mongol law, all senior generals were required to return to the capital, Karakorum, to elect a new Khan. This wasn't just a ritual, it was an absolute priority, even above global conquest. To them, it meant stability and order in the empire. No general could defy tradition. Batu, Genghis Khan's grandson and commander of the Western Campaign, halted the invasion. The Mongols withdrew from Europe with immense plunder, as if taking a break on a long journey. Europe exhaled in relief, unaware it had just stood on the edge of annihilation. Cities began to rebuild, kings redrew their borders. Chroniclers rewrote the tale of a sudden miracle. But why didn't they return later? The answer is simple. After Ögedei's death, a struggle for power erupted. The empire began to fracture. A political crisis consumed the heart of the Mongol state. Europe lost their attention. The descendants of Genghis Khan fought for the throne, each wanting to be the next great Khan. Internal strife devoured the empire's focus, and although there were renewed efforts to pressure Eastern Europe in the 1250s, a full-scale invasion never came. Europe had received a historic reprieve. The death of one man, Ögedei, stopped the greatest military machine of its time. One dead ruler saved an entire continent. Europe never realized how close it came to vanishing. Many never knew that the fate of the world was sealed in a single moment, in a distant step, at a Mongol war council. And in that paradox lies the full truth of Mongol power and fragility. A frozen hurricane that stopped at Europe's border, not from defeat, but because of law and fate. A story with no battle, but a victory. And salvation came not with a sword, but with a funeral messenger from Karakorum.